guys were my teachers that I looked up to and wanted to be like.
Okay, I started karate when I was 14 in Pal River, and I only did it for about a year because I was very nervous to present in front of people, and I wouldn't go to the test. And so my mom said she wouldn't pay for karate anymore if I wouldn't progress, so I had to quit.
Karate on Vancouver Island started in 1970 when martial arts pioneer Sensei Lyndon Bateson opened his first formal karate school in Victoria. Bateson, an accomplished karate fighter and teacher, quickly grew his island dojo into a northwest powerhouse full of athletic and dedicated students. By 1974, his influence expanded to Parksville and Port Alberni, with schools run by Jim McDonald and in Duncan by Dan LaFrance. McDonald's charisma and teaching ability attracted attention as his schools prospered. By 1978, his top student, Bob Mueller, became the first person on Vancouver Island to earn a black belt outside of Victoria. The Duncan Dojo wasn't so fortunate, as LaFrance had to close his doors shortly after opening. His lack of success in Duncan began a cycle of failure that saw dozens of karate and kickboxing groups start and fail in the Cowichan Valley. Many decades passed as the Duncan community became distrustful of these fly-by-night operations. In 2012, Lee Mueller, heir to Canada's Best Karate, decided it was time to bring a real karate program to the valley. He and one of his top students, Jordan Giebel, took on the challenge to succeed by bringing CBK to Duncan, and the rest is history.
I had heard there had never been a school succeed in the Cowichan community in martial arts, and I think that our school has been so successful because of Jordan's dedication, his sense of community.
Being able to kind of represent a smaller town is a huge thing, especially since I wasn't from it originally. When we came up, I knew nobody, had no students.
Well, I had one parent say one day, she goes, oh, her kids were just starting. She had two kids coming in, and one was starting in the beginner's class and one was taught. She's like, well, yeah, if you ask around, like everybody knows that the Canada's Best is the school to try out. Like it's the karate place here.
As I got older, I would definitely say Sheehan Lee was a motivation. Just seeing somebody that was clearly like older than me, but not so old that it was like this like ancient person that I could never relate to. I remember he was on stage with Sensei Jason, Sensei Raj, when they were senpais, I believe, and they were doing just some fight down low, and they pulled out sticks, and he's like spin kicking the stick out of Sensei Jason's hand, and just doing these super incredible ippons, and it was like, holy smokes, like I want to do that. That's so cool.
What's the school policy, Jordan?
Typically the school policy would be to not engage with the students or parents or anything like that.
I remember the day that we went down because we're like, okay, we're gonna start dating, we have to go. It was like asking your parents' permission going in. We went in and had a meeting with Sensei Lee, and they went for a walk. I just sat there waiting for them to come back.
I think you definitely do things in more of a traditional way with the dojo regarding anything, just out of respect to the other teachers and to your peers and your friends, and you develop such relationships with these people that it's hard to not do that. Oh, that's a tough one. I think one of the best moments that really stands out for me was actually when you got your black belt. And I was an emotional wreck over the thing.
And anybody who's gone through black belt, the 2-day test, that second day when you're just being pushed and you know you're being sloppy because you're so tired, but you're just pushing and pushing. And I was just like at the point where I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And I might have been like swearing under my breath. And
I came over
with the camera,
to try to get some
I was
photos,
very angry.
and we got the
tears
magical moment.
I'm like, I'm gonna quit right now. This is too hard. And yeah, why aren't you fixing this? You can fix this.
Going through so many black belt tests.
And he's just like, bye.
It's like, oh well, this is test. Like, this is important. This is for you. Like, I can't help you on this. I can cheer you on. I can take a photo to remember it forever.
I love the aspect that you're just, you're completing it and you're overcoming so much for yourself.
I think what's extra kind of really special about it is we get to come into this with two different looks, where I was the kid that grew up through the system and remember all of the teachers and all that special stuff they did and how motivated, how just like excited I always was, and knowing what the program deserves that way as the kid that went through it, where you did it as an adult for one, so you know what the adults would want and want to see, but then you did it as a parent, so then you know what the parents want with it. So we have like 3 point of views within 2 of us, so we can kind of really make sure we're doing what's best for our whole school, not just the kids and not just the parents, not just the adults. We can be like, well, this is what we all can benefit from.
I'm grateful for having like an amazing partner that we see so many things like eye to eye on, and that you have like such crazy passion for your work community, and then I get to be part of that, so I'm really grateful for that.
I think I'm just grateful for the school in itself, because without the school I wouldn't have developed the friendships and family members between the senseis, because I never would have met them. So I can't be more thankful to have the school in itself to give me literally everything that I could think I would want.